Okay, I want to talk to you just for a second about negative things that are negative. Recently, I've had people say, you're just too damn negative. And I've had people, psychiatrists, psychologists, all this shit telling me that, well, only choose the positive. Well, honestly, what has made me good at what I do and what has made me a better person has been negative. I was raised in a pretty rough childhood in many ways, a lot of divorces and things like that. I was an only child on the playground, moving to a new school, so I had to fight my damn way through it. Every bully in the world wanted a turn and had to take on each one at a time, so I'm sure that was negative as hell. But there was positive things. The good thing about negative is if you have negative, the opposite of negative is positive. So if you overcome every negative aspect in your life, then it's positive. The Army trains you in mostly a negative way. They put you in a terrible situation usually where you are hating your situation and it feels really negative. So therefore, you have to embrace the positive to move through it. So negative is often a good thing. People go, well, I don't like to be trained with criticism. Okay, well then don't suck. Fix it. How do you fix it? You fix it positively. How do we expose your weaknesses? We expose them with negative comments. You are missing the target. Correct your line of sight, your trigger squeeze, and let's get it straight. Okay, that's negative. This society, this generation doesn't want to hear anything negative because they're weak. They don't know how to embrace the suck, as we say in the Army. Often you have to embrace the suck to come out a winner. You have to learn that negative things sometimes are good. We're supposed to thank God for all things, including the negative. And people goes, well, my religion says that everything's supposed to be positive. Bullshit. The Bible is full of negative. Almost every great character in the Bible faced a huge negative that they had to overcome that made a positive outcome. Revelations is nothing but negative with one great positive outcome. You really need to get better at trying to embrace the suck and look for the positive in everything. If you know someone that's always negative and they're always complaining, whatever, then maybe you should help them embrace the suck. Maybe you should look and learn from their situation. If they're always broke, then maybe you should not always be broke. You should look and go, what makes that person always broke? Okay, alcohol, cigarettes, tattoos, shit that they probably don't really need all the time, but they're using as crutches. Okay, well, if they cut that out, then maybe they wouldn't be broke. Okay. All right, why is that person's vehicle always broke down? Because they don't take care of it. They don't do preventative maintenance. They spend their money on bullshit instead of getting their brakes fixed. They go out and they party all the time and they just keep running that vehicle till it falls, and it's always broke down. So they did not look at the negative. They was like, I don't want to look at those brakes. That's a negative thing. That's negative. I don't want to hear my friends say bad words because that's negative. I can't do that and go to Sunday school. Well, how about this? How about why don't you embrace your friends? Why don't you show them love? Show them like Jesus did. Jesus dealt with negative his entire life. He ran into negative everywhere. Peter was negative. Lord, get away from me. I can't do that. Lord, we can't catch any fish. Lord, the storm is too much. Lord, we're hungry. I mean, he was always dealing with negative. How would it be if Jesus said, I don't want to deal with any negative. I'm going to cut all these people out of my life that are negative? He'd have to cut all the disciples out. You have to learn from the negative. You have to embrace the suck. You have to show how the opposite of negative is positive by you learning and embracing and making your life positive from all the negative. The Army puts you out there the first day and they tell you what kind of piece of crap you are and how screwed up you are and how you can't run and how you can't carry the backpack and how you're not doing this right. You're not doing that right. You're not in step. You're not this. You're not that. You can't shoot worth a shit. Blah, blah, blah. And from each one of those negative statements, you hear it and you go, okay, I can't shoot, so I need to get better. So therefore, I can shoot better. So anyway, just want to talk to you a little bit about negative stuff and how you should use it and you should embrace it. If someone's giving you negative stuff, then maybe they're doing you a damn favor. If someone is criticizing you and saying, you know what? You could do that a little better if you did it this way. Instead of getting offended, maybe you should say, I really appreciate that. If you read in the Bible in Proverbs where it talks about what a fool is, go back and read a little bit of that. A fool hates to be corrected. A fool hates anyone to point out any of their deficiencies. But a wise man embraces it and learns from it. I don't know it says it that same way, but basically that's the point. Go read Proverbs, go learn, and embrace the suck. Learn from the negative. Make yourself, your family, and your fellow warrior better.